Ever been mocked for where you came from? So was I. My husband's rich family thought I was beneath them, just a charity case with homeless swag. But when they came to visit, I gave them a taste of their own medicine. Literally. Let's just say their $200 tequila never tasted so cheap. If you've ever dreamed of serving poetic justice to people who look down on you, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready. Because this is the story of how I turned humiliation into the sweetest, smoothest revenge you've ever heard. Back in 2018, I thought I'd found my forever. He was charming, handsome, confident. One of those men who walked into a room like he owned the air itself. And maybe he did. He came from money. Old money. Private schools, summer homes in Europe. The kind of family where we don't talk about money because they've never had to. Me. I was the opposite. I grew up poor enough to know the sound of overdue bills sliding under the door, the smell of off-brand mac and cheese, and the hard truth that if you don't stand up for yourself, nobody else will. We met at his uncle's restaurant. I was a server, worn-down sneakers, hair tied up, working double shifts. He came in one afternoon, smiled that polished smile, and asked for my number. I thought, wow, maybe he sees something in me nobody else has. Spoiler, he did. But it wasn't respect. The first few months of marriage felt like a dream. Until it wasn't. The compliments turned into criticism. Why do you wear that cheap perfume? Do you really need to work? My family can take care of us. I didn't realize it then, but he wasn't offering security. He was building a cage. And soon enough, I learned that cage came with a label. Not like us. The story that changed everything happened when I met his sister and her boyfriend for the first time. We were supposed to pick them up from the airport. I remember waiting in the arrivals lane. Nervous but hopeful. Maybe they'd like me. Maybe this was my chance to finally belong. They step out of the gate, perfectly styled like they just walked out of a luxury catalog. My husband wraps his arms around his sister, then turns to me. Babe, this is my wife. She squeals and says, oh my God, she's totally Jordan's. Her boyfriend laughs and nods. My husband chuckles too. I'm confused. What's Jordan's? Yes. He grins, that smug half-smile I used to think was charming. It means you've got great style. Thank her, relieved. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe they actually liked me. But I had no idea that nickname was a dagger, one they'd twist later with a laugh. Throughout their visit, they kept calling me Jordan's. Oh, Jordan's, pass the salt. Jordan's, you look so cute in that dress. I thought it was a fun nickname. I laughed along. But something about the way they said it. Always just on the edge of mockery. Like I was a pet they'd dressed up for amusement. Then came the night everything cracked. We were sitting around the table, half a bottle of wine in, music low, lights dim. They started laughing about the cheap wine I'd picked out. Wow, this tastes like vinegar, his sister said, swirling her glass. I laughed it off, trying not to show how much it stung. I'd bought that bottle with tip money. It wasn't fancy, but it was mine. Then someone suggested truth or dare. The dares got sillier, the laughter louder, until his sister smirked and said, all right, I dare you to tell her what Jordan's really means. Everyone bursts into giggles like kids who just got caught stealing cookies. My husband leans back in his chair, clearly enjoying the attention. And then he says it. It's the name we give to homeless people who have swag. Silence. Then more laughter. Except for me. My throat tightened. My stomach dropped. I could feel heat rushing up my neck, my eyes burning. But I refused to cry. Not in front of them. Not for them. I just sat there, smiling that frozen, polite smile women learn to wear when humiliation cuts too deep to speak. The next day, I asked my husband what the hell that was about. He played dumb. Oh, come on. It was a joke. Don't be so sensitive. But I didn't let it go. I kept pressing until he finally snapped. Fine. I may have told them about your upbringing. Just to prepare them, you know? You're not like us. Prepare them. Like I was some contagious disease. I just stood there, staring at him, feeling something inside me quietly die. The respect. the trust, the illusion that I mattered to him. All gone in one breath. For the next few days, I made excuses to stay busy. Running errands, cleaning, anything to avoid them. But inside, a new feeling began to grow. Slow, sharp, and cold. Not sadness, not anger. Something better. Resolve. The day before they were set to leave, my husband bought a bottle of very expensive tequila. Something he said we'd all enjoy together to make amends. But when they left for a hike that afternoon, I decided it was my turn to make something memorable. I set up my phone camera on the counter. In frame, the fancy bottle of tequila. Beside it, a cheap bottle of Sauza Gold I'd picked up for $14. I hit record. As I swapped the bottles, I started talking, really talking. About growing up poor but proud. About the love in my family. About how we might not have had money but we had decency. Then I took a long sip from the expensive bottle and said, "Here's to never becoming a disgusting, snobbish piece of trash." I drank shot after shot until the room started to blur. And then, finally, I smiled at the camera and said, "Enjoy your tequila, my loves." I went to bed before they came back, blissfully drunk on their $200 bottle. The next night, we all sat around the table for one final drink together. They poured shots from that same bottle, swirling it like sommeliers. His sister sniffed it dramatically and said, "You can really taste the quality." Her boyfriend nodded. "It's smooth, refined, definitely top shelf." My husband raised his glass, grinning. And me. I could barely contain my laughter. Finally, I stood up. "Before you guys leave," I said, "I put together a little thank you video. Something special for your visit." I connected my phone to the TV, hit play, and stepped back. The room fell dead silent. There I was on screen, swapping their precious tequila for the cheap stuff. Smiling, ranting, taking shots, and toasting to not being like them. The silence stretched. I could hear their breathing. Could feel their anger simmering through the air. I started collecting the shot glasses one by one. The clinking sound was the only thing breaking the tension. Then I looked up and said, "Thanks for visiting." And I walked out. That night, my husband burst into the bedroom, furious. "What the hell is wrong with you?" My sister's crying. "You humiliated us." I rolled over, half asleep, and whispered, "Yeah. Sucks, doesn't it?" He didn't reply. They left the next morning. No goodbyes. No fake smiles. Nothing. And from that day on, his sister never spoke to me again. Even when we visited his parents in Europe, she refused to see us. The marriage didn't last long after that. Turns out, once you see a narcissist's mask fall off, it's impossible to unsee it. I walked away with nothing but my dignity, and I swear it felt like millions. I'm happily divorced now. Still not rich, but definitely richer than I ever was in that mansion full of lies. And sometimes when I pour myself a drink, I raise my glass and whisper, "Here's to the homeless with swag." Money can buy luxury, but it can't buy class. And no matter how fancy someone looks on the outside, cruelty always shows through.